So in today's video, I am going to share with you and with Delphin the do's of Mexico. So what you should know before you move here or before you visit Mexico, especially if it's your first time. We are in this beautiful town of San Miguel de Allende here in Mexico. And I am here with my friend Delphin. How you doing, Delphin?
I'm fine.
Give me a high
Thank
five.
you.
Good job. Delphin is a local. He lives here. Where are you from, Delphin?
I'm from Celaya, Guanajuato.
Celaya, Guanajuato. So he's a real, true local. So he's going to pitch in on what I'm saying here about the do's of Mexico. So let's dive in. My name is Salwa. I am a full-time digital nomad, an online entrepreneur, and an author. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you the do's of Mexico, the things you need to know before you travel here in Mexico. So the first thing you need to know before you travel here in Mexico is to learn basic Spanish. Would you agree?
Of course, yes, because you need to communicate to the other people.
The locals here, do they speak a little bit of English or no?
No.
They don't. In San Miguel.
In San Miguel, yes.
But outside of San Miguel, they
It's
don't.
difficult.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you do go to the touristy area, of course, people have some basic knowledge of English, but you don't want to expect to speak English with everyone. You want to have a little bit of the basics so that way you can navigate the city, you can ask for...
Taxi or...
You can call a taxi,
stores,
you can order at the
market.
restaurant, the market. So you do want to have the basics. And also, just so you know, Spanish is the second language in the US. So just know the basic. Hola,
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Dónde está el baño?
gracias,
Gracias.
hasta luego. Those are the things you want. And plus, the locals really appreciate when you make an effort to speak their language. You are visiting a country that is not yours. So learn the custom, learn a basic of the language, and that will go a long way. The next do's we have for you is to haggle the price at the local market. Don't do that at like general big chain grocery stores, but at the local markets, people should negotiate, don't you think?
Because it's informal business.
So yeah, that's true. And it's the same in Morocco, by the way. I'm a Moroccan woman. It's the same thing. You go to the market. What do? You negotiate the price. So can you give us a tip on how the negotiation is going?
Don't be aggressive, be polite, and then you can get that.
But do you ask for half of the price, or what are you asking?
No.
What do you say?
Maybe cuesta 80 pesos.
Okay, so like 20% down. So can I just say I have this amount of money? Can you work with that?
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, let's do an example.
Okay.
Hola, ¿y cuánto cuesta?
120 pesos.
120 pesos, ok. ¿Puedes hacer un poquito más bajo?
Híjole, es que es lo menos. Ya nada más me quedan 2.
Pero mira, yo quiero comprarle. ¿Es posible que hacer un precio para mí?
Bueno, te lo dejo en... Es que ahí tú tienes que ofrecer.
Ah, yeah?
¿Ya?
So apparently I have to offer. Okay. So, ¿puedes hacerlo para 80?
No,
¿Y
no
por
me
qué
sale. No me sale.
¿Y cuánto?
110.
No, 100.
¿100?
Sí.
Bueno.
Okay, bueno. All right, we went from 120. He started 120. I did 80, and then we agreed on 80. So on 100. So always try to go as low as you can, but then also know that the locals need money to have their business running. So don't be too cheap. It's okay to pay a little bit more, but do negotiate because sometimes when they see us tourists, they'll be like, "Well, we're gonna raise the rates, right?" You know, I went to Teotihuacan and I bought some earrings. Oh, these earrings! I bought these earrings. I was so excited. But I went on a Monday and the guy wanted 300 pesos for this, right? Finally, I got them for 200. So I was negotiating. But then my guide, who was with me, because I had my guide with me, he said, "You lucky it's Monday, because if it was a weekend, he would totally go up the price." So apparently, on the weekend, when they have a lot more people, they raise their rates. On Mondays, not that many people visit the touristy area, so they lower their rate. Something to know. Okay.
If you know a local person, maybe you can ask to sell the things. Si tú conoces a alguien de aquí, tú puedes pedirle que él te compre las cosas.
Ah, yeah. So I've done this with my brother as well in Morocco. So if you know somebody who's local, ask that person to do the haggle for you because it's easier that way than for you to do the negotiation because they're always going to get a better deal than you do.
Sí, porque si te ven extranjeros le suban el precio.
Yeah, they always raise the price for foreigners. And listen, my Spanish is okay, but they still know I'm a foreigner, so I still pay more than what, the locals would pay, obviously. But then again, if you're coming from another country, you have a little bit of funds. It's okay if you pay a little bit more just to help out the economy, but of course, you don't want people to take advantage of you. So trying to find a good middle in between. Okay, so our next tip of the do's of Mexico is to try new food. Yes?
Of course, yes.
Okay.
Of course.
What is this?
Aguachile.
Aguachile. I don't know if you can see.
Shrimp with spicy.
It's very
hot,
spicy. Yeah.
Pepino, cebolla morada y el jugo de limón.
So there's avocado in there, onions, shrimp, cucumber, and then lemon juice, but it is spicy. So yes, this is something I never had, by the way, and you eat this with tortillas. So always try new food. It's awesome. You get to taste new things, and then you learn more about the cultures. And we also have some nice strawberry frozen tequila. Delicious.
Muy rico.
Also, try street food. Street food is delicious. Los tacos en la calle.
Tacos.
Right?
Sí, necesitan probarlos. You need to try.
Listen, in Mexico City, my friend and I found one of the best taco stands. This was delicious. We had 4 tacos for 48 pesos. Not only it was really affordable, but it was really delicious and nothing ever happened. I never got sick. The food is really delicious.
Yeah.
What else has tacos and what else can the people have outside?
Gorditas,
Oh, yeah.
huaraches, pambazos, enchiladas.
Churros. I found a churros place. I found a churros in San Miguel. So please get out of your comfort zone and go ahead and try new food. You will thank me later. All right, so the next do's we have for you is to ask the price of the taxi before you get in, right?
Of course, yes.
Do you even do that yourself as a local?
Sí, claro.
Yeah? Because
Siempre. Always. Because te suben el precio el triple.
Wow.
Y at the night,
It's more.
More expensive.
Yeah. So I often ask for the price before I get in a taxi, and that's if I cannot find an Uber. Here in San Miguel de Allende, it's really hard to find an Uber. There's not that many, so you have to kind of work with the local taxis here. So always ask how much it is before you get in the taxi. One time I didn't ask because I assumed it was going to be the same price because it was the same route. I used to pay 70 pesos for the same route, and one day he charged me 200 pesos. So almost triple of what I used to pay. But I was already at my destination. There's nothing I could do, so I just paid. But it always a good reminder to ask for the price. And also here in San Miguel, they don't have a meter for the taxi, right?
Yeah, only Ciudad de México.
Ah,
Only.
okay.
Or maybe Guadalajara or Monterrey.
I don't remember, but I know in Mexico City they do have it. In other towns, like here in San Miguel, you don't have a meter, so you gotta ask for the price. And also carry cash because you cannot pay with a credit card. Always carry cash on you. My next tip for you is to hang out with the locals and to get out of the touristy area, just like I'm doing right now with Delphin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't want to stay stuck in this resort where everything is there for you. You want to go out there and learn about the culture, meet with locals. Like he introduced me to this dish, which I didn't know. And then they'll show you around. They'll tell you things about the stories about the city. So also the locals will tell you about the parties, about what's going on out there. And then get out of your comfort zone. Do things differently. Stop traveling like the tourist people who stay in resorts. Not only it's super expensive, when you travel and live like the locals, you get to learn a lot more and have better experiences. And my last tip for you, and I'm sure Delphin would agree with me, is to be extra polite. People here in Mexico are lovely. They are wonderful. Don't be afraid to say muchas gracias.
Sí.
¿Qué
Por
más?
favor.
Por favor.
¿Me podrías traer esto?
Could you please bring me? Don't be exigent in the way of being condescending. Like, be nice to people. They are extremely nice. And trust me, being extra polite will go a long way.
Yo creo que si se animan a salir, si vienen ya hasta acá, pues salgan y disfruten la ciudad, todo lo que ofrece. Y sean amables, porque aquí somos muy amables.
Yeah. So if you're traveling here to Mexico, get out of your comfort zone. That's what he's saying. People are really nice, really awesome, and you'll get to discover a lot more things that if you were just stay by the pool at your resort, for example. Not like we're doing, and we're not. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comment section down below, what have I forgotten? If you agree with me, just comment down below. I sent you lots of kisses from San Miguel de Allende here in Mexico. Do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on my next video. Bye bye from San Miguel.